Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's me. It's B. Yeah, I know, right? It's been a minute since I've been on here. It's August 24th, 2014, and for those of you who haven't followed me before, my name's Brian. I'm 38. I am a lap band patient, a recipient of a lap band. In April of 2010, I got my lap band. My highest recorded weight was 356 pounds, although realistically that's probably a lot closer to 400 pounds. It's not never documented. And that's a long story, and I encourage you to go back and look at some of those videos. I'm not going to get into that, or this would be like a 45-minute video. But I want to talk today because I told you guys that I would get on and post videos up as pertinent things in my life happen. There really hasn't been a whole lot going on. You know, I got back from Vegas about a year ago, and I've been in Texas just kind of getting used to things again and trying to find my life and find out who I am. Picked up a girlfriend along the way. She's a lap band recipient as well. She's on YouTube. She's got her own YouTube channel, and it's really cool. You know, we almost got together. I thought about it for a while when I was in Vegas, but distance. I really wasn't in the right frame of mind. I wasn't ready that yet. I wasn't there mentally, emotionally, and she came to visit a few months ago, and then just kind of I was ready, and she was ready, and so it was let's try it out. So we ended up dating. She's living with me, and that's really kind of cool. We're able to support each other in ways that we need, and I care a lot about her, and she cares a lot about me, and it's working out. So thumbs up there, right? So anyway, on to why I'm here. I talk a lot about my process. This whole journey since day one has been a process of, making an action, evaluating that action, making adjustments, and then making a response. And that's been me since day one, And along the way, constantly listening to my body, constantly listening to my head, my heart, and paying attention to things that happen to me when I'm on highs and when I'm on lows, when NSVs happen, when I hit plateaus, when workouts don't go as good, I meet fitness goals or I don't meet fitness goals, because every piece of information that I can gather makes me stronger, mentally and physically. And this weekend was really kind of proof of that concept. I'll tell you the story so that you guys can kind of follow me. I want to say it was a Wednesday morning. I woke up and I had a really kind of cramping sensation in my upper abdomen, like right here. It kind of feels like you might feel if you did too many crunches the day before, right? As I woke up, and I was kind of like, oh, this feels okay, just weird. But the day before, I didn't do any crunches. I mean, I went to CrossFit the day before, but I did box jumps, and we did deadlifts and overhead presses. We didn't do any ab work. So as the morning went on, it got a little worse, and it started to feel kind of like I gotta poop, kind of like I'm not too sure, maybe it's an upset stomach. So I called my boss, and I said, hey, you know what, I'm going to come in a little later, I'm going to try to sleep this off. Well, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, it got kind of like a pain. And I said, okay, this is not good. I said, this is not like it should be, and something's not right. This is not a bowel, this is not, I gotta go poop, this isn't gas. Something's wrong. So I swallowed the pill and I called my surgeon. And I haven't talked to my surgeon since I had my lap band, or since I had my last fill, which was right before I went to culinary school, which is about 4 years ago. And I'm a terrible lap band patient. I never had a fluoroscopy. I never had an endoscopy. And a lot of it was because 6 months after I got my lap band, I went to culinary school, so I moved across country. I didn't have health insurance, and I was losing weight, so I was happy. So I called him, and I said, hey, look, this is what's going on. And he said, well, it doesn't sound like it's your band, but it could be a couple of things. He said, if it gets any worse, if you run a fever, or if you start to vomit, go to the emergency room. Okay. So pain got a little worse. I was drinking water, thinking maybe I was just dehydrated and I couldn't poop. Pain got a little worse. Pain got a little worse. And then about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I started throwing up water until I started dry heaving. And that's when I said, okay, alright, let's go. So we got in the car and went to the emergency room. I spent about 5 minutes in the ER, and they had me in a bed. In about 10 minutes in the bed, and then they had me in X-ray. And then about 15 minutes out of X-ray, and they had me in CT. And then about 10 minutes out of CT, and they were transferring me to the surgical center. And at 4 o'clock that next morning, or that morning actually, I had emergency surgery on my lap band. So, what happened? I'm going to read from my medical notes here because I like to get the terminology correct. You guys know I'm a big medical nut. What they found was that the tubing for my port was adhesed, which means it stuck, to my upper intestine, my small intestine. And, which is kind of strange, because if you know much about the body, you have, let's say this is the layer of your body where your intestines lie. And then your muscle sits on top of that, and then the fat sits on top of that, and then the skin sits on top of that. Well, between the skin and the muscle, which is here and here, is your port. And then the tubing, which goes into your thoracic cavity, which is where all the guts are, down at the bottom, that first layer. And that goes to your band down here. Alright? This tube has some slack in it. They coil it up once, I believe. What had happened is this tube had moved its way down to my intestine and had been laying on my intestine. Well, I'm a very active person. CrossFit, boot camps, things like that. And I guess over time, this tube stuck to my intestine, a round thing sitting on top of here, and it rolled my intestines over and caused my intestines to twist. So this caused a complete bowel obstruction of my small intestine. So what they had to do is what they call diagnostic laparoscopy, where they go in with a laparoscope and they look around and they see what's wrong. And they ended up pulling out my port, pulling out my tubing, taking all the water out of my lap band, and then replacing the tubing in the port. They moved the port, so it's kind of like I had a brand new port. And you guys have had lap band before, you know that the port's probably the part that hurts worse. So, yeah, that was my weekend. So why is that important? Well, obviously, I have surgery. But, here I am 4 years post-op. And I just got out of the hospital a day and a half ago. And I'm on liquid diet. I'm on liquid diet again. I'm on no exercise again. I mean, it's just like I'm 2 days post-op. I literally have a brand new lap band. I have no restriction. So it's all here now. And it's not going to be easy for me. This is going to be a mental challenge for me, because here I am 4 years out. I had a comfortable lifestyle. I had a great routine that worked well with my fitness and nutrition goals, and now I'm back to square one. liquids and no exercise. And I'm not too sure how I feel about that, especially when I have a significant other who does not have these complications. She has a lap band, but her nutritional needs are different than mine, and it's a challenge for me, because, well, like I said, I have to I've got to figure this out. I've got to relearn what I relearned. But I'm confident in the fact that I have an awesome support system. I'm confident in the fact that I've got all of my videos to go back and look at. And that was kind of one of the things that I was really proud of. The first thing I thought about when I was sitting in the bed the day after surgery. It was late. You'd think I'd be crashed out, but I couldn't sleep. I had a million things going on in my head. And I'm like, man, how am I going to do this again? It's like I'm starting over. And here I am, 240 pounds, and I got a brand new lap band. Brand new. Day one. What am I going to do? I just signed up at a brand new CrossFit gym, like 2 days ago. So now I got to go in there and ask them for my money back until I can go work out, because I can't work out for at least 4 to 6 weeks, It's crazy how things just get turned upside down. But what doesn't kill us, right? And I guess that means I'll be back here a lot more often. I've got some updates now. Monday is my proof weight loss surgery works day, so it's probably not a bad day to do updates here as well. You can just knock them both out at the same time. So I guess next week I owe you a weight and an update. So yeah, I guess Bandit B's back. Shit. I don't know how I feel about that. Sorry, guys. I'm a little lost right now. But here's the cool part. I'm still a Jedi Master of the PMA. I still know how to work out. I still know how to use my tool. I still know how to eat. I still have my support system. And the best part about it is I have all of this documentation that I can go back and look at. And I can get right back where I was 4 years ago. It's the best part about it. And that's why I tell you guys to document. So, goals for the week. Get a routine. Gotta find some activity. Can't work out, so previously, I guess I can talk about this real quick. Previously, I was doing this thing called Mission Fit, which is a boot camp style workout. And we do it twice a week, which is not enough for weight loss surgery patients. So we'll talk about that in a second. Twice a week. It's a really cool thing. It's a group thing. We get together. We do a marker board workout. Everybody brings some canned goods or non-perishable food items, and we put these backpacks together and give them out to homeless people around the Houston area. Really cool program. I love being a part of it. One of my really good friends is the guy, the instructor that heads it up. I help him out when I can. Most of the time I'm just there to work out. Well, not anymore because I can't work out for 6 weeks. But I'm still going, and I'm still kind of playing the assistant instructor, if you will. So I do that on Mondays and Wednesdays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, CrossFit. And that's kind of my workout regimen. But that's kind of out the window now. So it's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of drinking water, and a lot of taking it easy. Now, I do know that from last time, The one thing that I do not want to do is I don't want to overdo it. I know I remember this video. It's one of the videos that stuck to my head the most. I remember a very specific instance where I was probably 2 or 3 days out, and I was feeling really good, and I went to work, and I went walking, I did all this stuff, and I went to bed, and I didn't wake up for 24 straight hours. I was that exhausted. And when I woke up, I realized that I had pushed myself way too hard. So, I mean, I know that, yeah, I got a lap band overhaul, but it's still major surgery, and, I gotta act like it. You gotta take it easy. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I don't have health insurance this time, but I gotta find a way to get that aftercare. I gotta find a way to get those fills, and I gotta find a way to use this tool. I can't do this time what I did last time and just grab my 5 cc's and run. I gotta go back. I gotta get that laparoscopy. I gotta get that endoscopy. The cool part is when they were in there doing the initial laparoscope to find out what was going on with my bowels, he said my band looked great. So at least from what they saw, that wasn't why they were there. So I'm sure I didn't get a full workup or anything. But he said he didn't see any immediate problems with the stomach portion of my lap band. The lower part of my lap band, whole different story. So, got a couple weeks till follow up. I got to figure out how I'm going to pay for that. I think there's some assistance programs that they're going to try to get me on because I'm really not making a whole lot of money at the moment. But that may change too. So, lots of cool and exciting things coming up in B's life. Lots of scary things coming up in B's life. Goals for the week. Get a routine. Obviously, I got to get a routine that involves some very, 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 very low impact activity. I got to do something. So, I'm going to commit myself to walking for at least 20 minutes a day. Alright, we'll do that 5 days a week, 20 minutes of walking, tons of water, 64 ounces. Anybody that knows me knows that's no problem. Especially here in Houston, 64 ounces, you sweat that in the morning. So, I expect about 164 out of me. And right now it's got to be pinpoint nutrition. I got no room for error. And I'm on liquids for a bit, so expect that. First thing I did when I got home from the hospital is went to the store and I got a whole bunch of stuff. Made about 10 gallons of chicken stock. So gonna be lots of soups in my near future. In fact, I'm gonna go make some soup right now. And then on Monday, expect a weigh-in from me. So yeah, there we go. Welcome back, guys, and keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and I'll see you guys in a week. Later.